welcome back. Today we are doing a video on the Subaru Eyesight. So the Subaru Eyesight is a stereo camera system that is above your rear view mirror in all the Subaru lineup. And actually I should put an exclusion in there, is I do know for sure any of the manual shift transmission cars, 5-speed cars, don't have the Subaru Eyesight. So I guess I shouldn't say in all of their lineup. That's something that they don't put it with the stick shift models. Anyway, so what the Subaru Eyesight does is it has everything to do with your autonomous braking, your lane keep assist, your accident avoidance systems, your adaptive cruise control. That is all run through the Subaru Eyesight system. And so right now I'm gonna go ahead and put the lane keep assist on, and you can see it pulled over to the right. It kind of wants to center itself. You can change where it wants to track in the menu system, whether you kind of want it to stay to the left, to the right, kind of in the center. Apparently I have it set on the center. I feel like that's the best idea. So anyway, that system does really well. The only complaint that I have with it is that when it sees like a bump out lane, if you're making a left-hand turn or whatever, and you have that lane for cars to go around you on the right, sometimes it wants to try and take that lane as you're going down the road. And you know, you gotta be aware that it can kind of make an abrupt maneuver. See, like right here we have one of those lanes, and it thought about going over there, but it saw the lines on the road, and it's like, nope, that's not where I need to be. So that's one thing I should mention with this system, is it has to be able to see the lines on the road. So for instance, when it snows and if the plow plows a really straight line onto the fog line, which is the white line, or like, I guess I shouldn't say really straight, but if it kind of curves out a little bit, sometimes it can mistake a nice snow line on that fog line for that fog line, and kind of follow that snow pattern a little bit. And again, this system isn't meant to completely take over for you. This is by no means full self-driving or anything like that. However, it is really nice to be able to, you know, kind of let the car do its thing. Now, I should remind you that it's really meant to kind of take fatigue out of your driving situation, you know, if you're going on a long trip or whatever, that type of thing. But you can see here that it, you know, it does what it's designed to do. And this system, see, it on the dash, I don't know if you saw that, but it's telling me to keep my hands on the wheel. It knows when I'm not giving it resistance. So I'm going to let you watch this as we go around the corner here. This car will steer around the corners, and you know, I think this is a great system. I absolutely enjoy having it. It's telling me to keep my hands on the wheel, of course. I hope you can notice it in the video. There was a little bump out lane there. It totally stayed where it needed to stay. It didn't try and go into the bump out lane. However, depending on the situation, whether it's reflection on the road, glare of the sun, I don't know exactly. There are some days where we'll see a bump out lane and it will try and go into the bump out lane. So you have to be prepared for that. And I've had a couple situations where I'm just driving down a straight road and it decides it wants to turn. Now, these are not perfect systems. These are here to assist you and take some of the fatigue out of driving. So just keep in mind, you have to be ready for that. Now it just beeped at me to keep my hands on the wheel because I've had my hand lightly here on the wheel. And you have to let it know you're there. To keep it functioning, and it will beep at you when it shuts off. So, like I said, it does what it does really well. And as you can see, I'm taking my hands off the wheel, demonstration only here. It is steering around this corner. I think it's a great system. I know there's a system out there, I think that Ford has, with the lane keep assist, where it'll apply the brakes in a certain manner to center you in the lane, pull you back away from the line. I have not driven a car like that, but I really think it's cool how you can watch the wheel move on this car. Now I'm going to pull over into the lane next to me, and as soon as I put my blinker on, the lane keep assist shuts off, and then shortly thereafter, the blinker goes off, either automatically or when you shut the blinker off, it re-engages the lane keep assist. So it's not something that you have to turn on and off when you're driving, when you're changing lanes, going down the interstate or whatever. It'll just come back on as soon as possible when it's ready. So one thing to mention with this Eyesight system with the adaptive cruise control is that once it recognizes a car in front of you, it will beep at you just to let you know that it has something there, that it might be slowing down possibly, I guess. It will also beep when it loses sight of that vehicle in front of you as well, which is kind of an interesting thing. You know, that's the good thing with this Subaru system, is it's always, not always, I shouldn't say always, but when it does something different than what it's currently doing, it will let you know, which I think is a great thing, whether or not it's turning off the lane keep assist, or if it's letting you know that it sees a car in front of it, or an obstacle where it cuts power, because it will cut power if you try and go and there's something in front of you. It does not do that all the time. Okay, so you can hopefully see how this works. We are going to come up to this stop sign here, and the car is going to slow down on its own, and is slowing down and coming to a stop on its own with, I guess you'll call the emergency braking. Now we have to be careful. That Jeep is right kind of off to the side. Is the car going to go? Yep, the car's going to go, but hopefully it sees that car in front of me, and I'm taking over just because it did not recognize the second vehicle in front of me. So this is not a fail-safe system. However, if I was not paying attention, I feel without a doubt that what just happened back there with the car coming to a stop the first time, that would have saved everybody's life that was around me, and, you know, avoided injury as well, obviously. I don't think it would have turned in, because you saw the car come to a stop. I mean, it did what it was supposed to do at that moment. So it is a really good system, but as you can tell, it's not 100%, where it started to go again, but it didn't want to stop. I did have to take over the second time. So, you know, that's, I guess, really good information to have. Is, and with all these systems that cars have these days, you want to not be so disconnected that you aren't aware of what's going on. You have to still keep your eyes on the road. You have to, you know, be paying attention. But these systems are a great thing to have, because we're not perfect. So there you go. There you have it. The Subaru Eyesight system with lane keep, emergency autonomous braking, and what else do we have here? Adaptive cruise control. It's a great system to have. Thanks for watching.